My wife and I let our kids run the house for a weekend to teach them a lesson. By Sunday, my 7-year-old had fired my wife from the kitchen. This started because my kids wouldn't stop complaining. The food was boring. The chores were unfair. The Wi-Fi password policy was authoritarian. That's a direct quote from my 15-year-old, who apparently learned the word in social studies and now uses it to describe everything from bedtime to broccoli. My wife Corinne looked at me across the dinner table, the dinner they were currently criticizing, and said, "Fine, you run it." I backed her up. 48 hours. You run the house. Meals, chores, budget, full control. We'll follow your rules. We expected chaos. We expected pizza for every meal and the house to be condemned by Sunday. We were wrong. Within 1 hour, Nadia, 12, oldest daughter, terrifyingly organized, had created a workflow board on the refrigerator using painter's tape and index cards, color-coded. She assigned every chore in the house based on what she called competence mapping. Corinne got laundry because she's the fastest folder. I got dishes because dad doesn't complain. Bastian, our 15-year-old, got bathrooms because, and I'm quoting the index card, he creates 90% of the mess. Accountability starts at the source. Bastian tried to protest. Nadia pointed to the board. The system is the system. He cleaned both bathrooms. They were spotless. I've never seen him move that fast. Then Bastian decided to audit our spending. He sat at the kitchen table with a week of grocery receipts and a calculator. After 20 minutes, he looked up with the expression of a man who has seen financial ruin. Why do we buy organic kale every week if we throw away 40% of it? That's a negative ROI. We're literally paying to compost. He planned dinner that night. Black bean stew with rice. Total cost $8.40 for 6 servings. He used spices I didn't know we owned. It was better than the $55 Thai takeout we order every Thursday. Corinne wouldn't admit it. I could see it in her face. Then there was Theo. Theo is 7. Theo was given the title Quality Control. Nobody gave him a clipboard. He found one. Nobody told him to rate our performance. He decided that was his calling. He followed Corinne around the house during her vacuuming shift. When she finished the living room, he got on his hands and knees, inspected the baseboards, and looked up at her. 2 stars. You missed the corners and the part under the couch. Redo it or lose screen time. Corinne stared at him. I'm your mother, and this is a performance review. I was in the pantry, crying, silently. Tears of pure joy. She redid the corners. Sunday morning. Corinne made scrambled eggs, her standard recipe. She's made them the same way for 11 years. Nobody has ever formally objected. Until Theo. He took 1 bite, set down his fork, consulted the clipboard, looked at Corinne with a soulless calm of a middle manager delivering bad news. Mom, we've received consistent feedback regarding dryness and texture. Based on repeated performance issues, we are letting you go from breakfast duty, effective immediately. Dad is promoted to head chef. Corinne's mouth opened. Nothing came out. You can't fire me from breakfast. I'm your mother. I made you. Literally. Theo didn't blink. The data doesn't lie, Mom. Your eggs are dry. Dad's are fluffy. This isn't personal. It's operational. Nadia backed him up from the workflow board. He's within his authority. Quality control has final say on food services. It's on the charter. There was a charter. They had written a charter. On lined paper. With signatures. I was promoted to head chef. I accepted the role with humility and a spatula. We took the power back on Monday. But here's the thing. We kept Nadia's chore board. It's still on the fridge. It works better than any system Corinne and I had come up with in 15 years of parenting. Bastian still cooks 1 dinner a week. His stew is now a family staple. And I still make breakfast every morning. When people ask Corinne why she stopped making eggs, she takes a long breath and says, I was downsized during the restructuring. Theo still has the clipboard. He does spot checks on Saturdays. Last week, he gave me 4 stars on bathroom cleaning. Solid effort, he said, but the mirror has streaks. We'll revisit next quarter. He's 7. I'm terrified of my own children. And honestly, the house has never run better.